3, 2, we're live! Wait, are we live? Are we live? Wait a second. You are now streaming live. Holy shit, mother... Yeah, we starting out with the real shit. That was the best episode. Hands fucking down. Oh, y'all can't even see yourselves. Oh, this happened last time, too. Hang on. As y'all can see, I'm cutting it to the last minute. Shout out to the people in the chat saying when this thing start. We're 3 minutes late. Calm down. Don't get your panties in a bunch like Arya. Oh my God, side titty. What the? That Pilates body showing. It's showing. You know, that could have been a stand-in. But yeah, let me get this chat off. All right, how did I do this last time? Made me sign in again. Yeah. Don't be a dickhead. Yep, and it did it. Whatever. Yeah, we're going to be starting here soon. Let me get the chat up. Give me a couple minutes. Did this last time. I got to figure out why it does this. Maybe not wait until last minute. Probably. Yeah, I allowed it to stream on my channel. I think I'm going to allow it to... There we go. The chat's up and popping. All right, and then we got to do this one again. Oh, you're going to see Sir Hunts for a split second. Yeah, there I am. There's my ugly mug. Hang on one second. Let me get this chat up, and then we're going to go back to the wait screen. Technically, we haven't started yet. We haven't even started. You guys are seeing farts. Ah, shit. I can't seem to type fast enough. Of course, I give it permission. And the chat's there. Okay, the chat's there. We're going back to the wait screen. Wait screen on y'all hoes. Oh, man, what the fuck is up, everybody? Welcome to Sir Hunt's Reviews. My name's Mark, and in this live stream, we're going to be talking about Game of Thrones Season 8, Episode 2, and Arya's side titties. Oh, man. It's going to be a bit of a disappointment if we find out that that was a body double, like with Cersei. Let me back the mic up a little bit. I feel like I'm going to be pretty loud. Yeah. Holy shit. Like I said, that was in my opinion, the best episode of Game of Thrones ever. This was like 8 years of culmination coming together. Like we had this character beating that character, this character reuniting with that. It was just, it was fucking awesome. I loved it. I don't know about y'all, but real quick, let me know in the chat on a scale from 1 to 10, what do you rate this episode? 10 being the highest and 11 being my usual score. This was like, we have to make up a new number for this episode. It was so fucking good. And like, I thought that maybe after watching episode 1, I would find something wrong with it, but I didn't. So that lets you know God, I can't wait. Episode 3 is going to be nuts. There's going to be so many people dying. Jeez, it's going to suck. I say I can't wait for it to get here, but when the first character dies, I'm literally shaking. That's how good this fucking show is. Jesus. So I guess before we'll start, what I'll go ahead and do is I will do a shout out to all the people watching right now. Give me 1 second to pull up that participants list. If you want to get a shout out, now's the time. Type in the chat. Give me a couple seconds. More like 1 minute. You want to go? Go ahead. Lady dude. Alright, so we'll do this. Switch to that, and then I'm gonna go ahead and do that shout out to all the people that are participating. Well, that can't be right. I gotta refresh the page. It says there's only 3 people participating in the chat right now. It's not right. There's no way that'll be right. Hang on. Alright, there we go. There's more people. Damn, we already got 1,500 fucking people watching right now. Jesus, let me start this shit. I didn't realize there was that many people watching. I saw there... Shit. Saw there was a few hundred in the chat a while ago, but damn! That's what's up. Shout out to all of y'all motherfuckers. Alright, Aaron Barron, Ace Newland, Mindadur Abdinor, Alex, I'm gonna butcher that last name, Alicia Smith, Anthony Atwood, Armand Jane, Ashley Milner, Beckley, blessed be his name, Brandon Abu, Brandon Peterson, Brentley, Little, Brian, excuse me, Brian Keyser, Brian Martin, Kristen Plans, Colin Smithable, Corey Mize, Corey Link, Daniel Norris, Daniela Hernandez, Denise Tutwiller, Degrim, Dreamcast, In the Infinite, Inshura Baka, Fareed Kassam, Felix Snake Strikes, Ferris Bota, Foster's Gameplay, Frank Martin, Fuwazi, Gat Clan, Gene USMC, Marine Corps, Grant James. Ah, man, come on, bro. You did that username on purpose. And I think you know what I'm talking about with the profile pic of Venom. Gershilf. Yeah, there's no way that's a real name. Haley Shriver, Heather Krause, Heavy D, Hunter Morris, I Started Lag, I'm Eric, Jack Whitaker, Jamie Roberts, Janet J, Jeanette Spovita, Jeffrey Spinner, Jessica Galatly, Jose Garcia, Joshua Simmons, Julie Davis, Just Some Lady, J White 642, Keith Washington, Chris Dunder, as in Dunder Mifflin, the people, persons, people, Dunder Mifflin, people's person, people. I just saw that episode earlier. Louis R, Maya H, Michaela Ferfecki, Maria L. Zorchiro, Mary Valdez, Melanie Ann, Melissa B, Michael Dormini, Mimi Idlewild, Mr. You Can't Kill Metal, Mountain Ape, Maisha Alston, Nick Krezovic, Nikki Pilgrim, Niner Nation Forever, R. Coley Jr., Rob Kemp, Roman Gonzalez, Ross, Scalia Scott. I've been reading out these names for like 3 minutes now. Roxy Starlight, Sammy J, Santi Dieguez, my goddamn self, Shannon Ford, Shannon Horton, Shibatron, Shy, Nicole Bynum, Smurfs, TT, Tara Stokes, Tasha Williams, Terry Melendez, the one and only, the Brawless Diaries, the Abs in the Bio Explorer, 13X Band, Trisha, Kula, Veronica Frazier, Vikan Targaryen, Vince Raya, Will Merchant, Zen, and Zeus Bimnit. I love how when you're in alphabetical order, you know when you're getting towards the end, when you get towards those lower levels. Alright, so yeah, we just shouted out like 600 people. That is what the fuck is up. How are y'all doing? God, that was such a good episode. I mean, I'm going to start with my little two cents, and then I'll take some questions from the chat. I think I need to do a better job of leaving this screen up because I don't have my light on behind me. I didn't have time to set that up. I actually haven't even eaten today. I had a bunch of fucking errands to run on Easter Sunday. But I got a thick-ass meal waiting for me out there. Got some ham and some biscuits and some mashed potatoes. So I can't wait for that. Alright. What was I about to do? Oh, yeah, my 2 cents. Alright, so yeah, we got these 3 pages of notes right here. And I'm obviously not going to read all of them. But I will summarize. The episode opens up with Jaime's arrival. And pretty much what ensues is all of the characters that are close to Jaime sort of making their case. What's interesting is when he first gets there, we see Sansa, or we see Daenerys say something. Excuse me, I just chugged a Pepsi. We see Daenerys basically grilling this motherfucker like we used to dream about when we would get to finally meet the guy who killed our daddy. And pretty much, you know, as a kid, you hear someone who kills your parent, and that's like your greatest enemy. Well, now Daenerys has this guy in front of her face, and she couldn't be in a better position. She's basically sitting the Iron Throne. Everybody near her may not like her, but they all bend the knee to her. So if she wanted to, she could say, hey, you dickhead over there, chop this guy's head off, and he would have to do it, right? So that's how the scene's going down. And then you see Sansa, she's like basically agreeing with Daenerys and like, you know, we get that line from Bran, which we kind of all knew that he was going to say that, the things I do for love. I was sent probably 100 million plot leaks, and literally every single one of them all said Bran saying that moment. That was, I think, what this episode was sort of filled with. And in my opinion, that's what made it so fucking good. It was like, we sort of knew what was going to happen, but the fact that they wrote it as well as they did, and we got to watch it for the first time, or finally, you know, after waiting 2 years, it was so satisfying. This episode was just, literally, if I had to sum it up in one word, it would be satisfaction. As in, I got served I'm gonna do a lot of food references because I'm fucking hungry. I got served my meal and then offered seconds without even having to fucking say nothing. I just sat there and just waited, and someone brought me more. And that's how this episode was. It was Jesus Christ. I will say, and you know, when I'm making the video, I'm probably gonna have like a really long rant that I'm gonna have to cut down. But goddamn, Arya's titty! All of you people watching right now, what? I was not expecting that. And I'm gonna call myself out here right now, like, for 2 years. Really, no, longer than that. Since I started making videos on YouTube, I'm like, you know, there's gonna be a time where the Night King's gonna be defeated, and there's no longer gonna be a threat of the dead. What is everybody gonna do? One of the characters, this is my favorite, and that a lot of people are making predictions on for the end game, is because she's sort of like promised to live until then. There's like this rumor that it's George's wife's favorite character, that's Arya, so everyone loves to theorize, and I'm like, everyone else, she's gonna go west to Westeros. I can't see her settling down. This is me personally. I'm you know, my speculation was I can't see her settling down. She's a warrior through and through. She's a psychopath. I can't see her wanting to marry Gendry. There's no way. There's no way. And then episode 1 rolls around, and I'm like, holy shit, maybe there's something there. And then episode 2 happens, and you saw butt crack and side titty, and you're like, holy shit, this is kind of weird, because we saw the actress at such a young age, and it's been 10 years on the show, and she's an adult now, and it's like you kind of like, you know, and then you realize that oh my god, that is nuts. Was anybody who's watching, were y'all expecting that shit? Like, what the fuck? I'm still stuck in limbo. Like, I'm like, what? That is crazy. I thought we would see some ginger tits, like, or what? Did I really just say that out loud? I thought we would see Sansa's boobs before we saw Arya's. Like, what, dude? What the? She's like, I want to know what it feels like. And then she says, lay down, bitch. And then she's like, I'm gonna mess up the words, but I know she said something along the lines of, whip your dick out, take your pants off, or something. I'm not the Red Woman. I was like, what? What the fuck? She's taking charge too. Like, what? Oh my god. I wonder if they talked with. That's the thing. It's gonna be a little bit disappointing if it was a body double. Although, I mean, I don't know, dude. I wonder if they talked with Maisie beforehand and they said, hey, we wrote this scene. Are you okay with this? Or if because I don't know her, obviously. I've watched enough interviews of her to know that she's an empowering feminist type of person. She's very girl powered. You know what I mean? So I wonder if they didn't maybe propose the idea of the scene, and then she didn't sort of like maybe intervene a little bit and be like, oh, we should do this way. And maybe they took her word for it, because the way it was written, I mean, I don't know, dude. That shit. I'm not saying it's bad or anything like that. It's good. It's shocking. I think I need to go back and I think I had to go back and rewatch a few times for research purposes for my video, of course. And then maybe it'll sink in, you know, but that shit was crazy, dude. Like, what the fuck? The episode was so good. That was just like a damn cherry on the top. Like, okay, Natalie Emmanuel in Grey Worm. I can never remember the actor's name. I don't know why. It's a pretty easy name. I can remember his music name, Raleigh Ritchie. Jacob. I'm not even gonna look. Jacob. Come on, it's gonna pop into my head. Jacob. Yeah, they had a you know, some nude scenes, and we've seen Missandei's tits, boobies before, breast. But you know, that was a little bit more so expect. This was nuts. This was insane. Like, what the fuck? Live stream aside, I'm still just, what? That's crazy. I gotta see y'all's feedback, and I'm gonna look, but I feel like if I start reading, I'm gonna get distracted. Someone's gonna say something really funny, and I'm just gonna start laughing. But damn, that is insane. She said, I'm not the Red Woman. Like, what? And that's another funny part. This was literally like 4,000 years worth of meme material. Like, I'm not big into making memes. I've posted a few. But this episode was fucking amazing. We had the cherry on top of the Arya side titty. And then we also had so many funny moments. Genuinely funny fucking moments. And just off the top of my head, and I know I was about to talk about something, but I can't remember what it was right now. The funniest moment was when Tormund, old giant titty sucking ass, walks in and he's like, oh, everybody. I can't do a Tormund impression right now. I'm too excited. But he's like, yeah. Yada, 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 cheers. And then he's like, that's how I got my name, sucking on giant titties. Clearly, this guy fucked a bear, you know. And Egret, my favorite part of Rose Leslie, everyone knows you didn't fuck a bear. That's like my favorite line of hers from the show. But yeah, you know, this guy not only fucks bears, but he also sucks on the teats of giants. I think this was a bit of a Star Wars bash, maybe? We know the bantha milk with Luke Skywalker just sucking on blue milk on this fucking planet out in the middle of nowhere, growing old and tossing lightsabers and shit. This had to be some sort of play on that. And then also it had to be some sort of play on, obviously, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Mac was in this last episode, which I got like 400 comments of people telling me that. So yes, I am aware now after reading all those comments. But yeah, there's the McPoy. I don't know if y'all watch It's Always Sunny. There's got to be some of y'all that watch it. But the McPoyles have this thing about drinking milk. And there's several times in It's Always Sunny where they go to the bar and they're just chilling at Patty's and they're like, you guys got any milk? And of course they're like, fucking no, this is a bar. When they all do the cheer and shit, he chugs the milk, and this is lit. That's got to be homage to it. I don't know. Let me get my thoughts straight on that. I need to drink some water. My fucking voice is raspy. It's probably from all this excitement. That is insane. Jesus. Okay, so I'll talk about one more thing, and then I'm going to hit the chat. Am I on the right side of what? Yeah. Okay. Sansa and Daenerys. I mentioned that in my last live stream talking about Sansa, and that shit got like a lot of dislikes. But then when I did my video, like I said was gonna happen, and that's the thing. People hear something in the live stream and it's so long they don't feel like listening to the rest. So they probably didn't listen to the part where I explained it and I said my thoughts are a mess right now. Let me make the motherfucking video and I'll organize them. Because I respect Sansa's character. She's I love her character. You know what I mean? Just initial impression, I was like, she's way out of fucking line. What people fail to realize, they're just like, oh, Daenerys is just asking for respect. She hasn't done anything for the North. That's not true. Daenerys lost a child without Jon even bending the knee. Jon didn't bend the knee until he's like holding her hand in the fucking bed. And also, this was before they had sex, so it was whatever. I really enjoyed that scene with Sansa and Daenerys. And I need to go back and rewatch it before I start quoting it and shit, but that was written very well. There were moments where I know Daenerys made a height joke, and they both laughed at that, so that was fucking awesome. I thought for a split second when Sansa starts to go into it, after Daenerys opens up a little bit and Sansa starts to go into it, I'm like, she's playing a game. But then at the end, when she says, what about the North? The way that she says, what about the North, she's letting it all out there. That's all. She's like, what about my home? You know what I mean? Like, straight up, I don't care. She's letting it be known. I don't care about the Iron Throne. She wants to know about the North. What Daenerys doesn't get a chance to say, and then at the end of the episode, she doesn't get to react to Jon finding. That's crazy. But yeah. So what she was probably going to eventually say, she removed her hand, is like, I don't know. Let me get the Iron Throne first. The same thing she told Tyrion when Tyrion was like, what about the laws of succession? Who's next if you die? This would all have been for nothing. Who's next? He got hit with a wait till I sit the Iron Throne. I'm pretty sure that's what she was going to tell Sansa. And I'm pretty sure Sansa should just calm down and just wait a little bit, because Daenerys doesn't want the fucking cold, frigid North. The North is all the Starks. No one wants that shit, bro. It's so cold. It's like, yeah, it can fit all the other 7 kingdoms inside of it. Great. It's mountains and cold shit. Keep it. That's all you guys. You know what I mean? As long as you respect me and bend the knee to me, that's fine. The North is all yours. It's foolish for Sansa to even ask that. I think Daenerys doesn't want to... She's still a queen. She has to remember Sansa is in the hierarchy. Oh, yeah, that's right. Repping the fire and blood. Sansa in the hierarchy is beneath her. So they are on the same level as a person. But when it comes to, like, who's running shit, it's Daenerys. So Sansa asking that straight type of a question, like, I'm just going to go straight for the neck. I'm going to try to, this is what I care about. I'm going to put it all out there. Daenerys has to realize that she can't she would, if it was Jon that had done that, she probably would have been like, well, I mean, it's your home. You decide what you want to do with it. But she realizes also that Sansa is, I don't know. You know, I'll need to think about it some more. Okay, so yeah, let's hit the chat. Let's hit the chat. Damn, 2,200 people out this motherfucker. Okay. Oh, holy shit. Jeez, there are like 30 super chats I haven't gotten to. Whoa. Alright, so moderators, please start pinning questions that you see repeated the most, and I'm gonna like switch back and forth. I'll do a few super chats and then back to the chat. And then also, this is not gonna be a very long live stream because I have to start making the video. It'll be up late as fuck. Alright. So let's see. The first super chat, actually the first 2 super chats are from Beckley, and there's no message with that. Well, thanks, man. Appreciate that. I know it's a dude because I can see the goatee in the picture. Then we got another super chat from Sammy, and again, no comment or question. Awesome. Thank you for that, Sammy. And then we got another one from Brandon Peterson. No message again, just a super chat. Thank you. Then we got one from S. Davis. This one has a message. Thank you, S. Davis. It says, "This girl loves Theon. This guy too. Massive Alfie Allen fan. I'm not a big friar, especially when it comes to TV shows, but any scene that dude's in where someone's being mean to him, he does this fucking thing to his face." And Christian Narn, the actor who plays Hodor, was hosting a panel at Comic-Con 2016, I think, or something, maybe 2015. And he said Alfie Allen can do this thing with his face where he just looks like a wounded dog, like a little puppy. If you don't feel some type of way when someone makes that face, well, then are you human, bro? You might want to check your pulse. But yeah. I'm a big fan of Alfie Allen and Theon as well. Theon, in my opinion, are some of the most well-written chapters. Okay, so here we go. We got some from the chat. This one is from Jason Smith, and he says, "Who was Bran talking to during the first trailer when he said, 'Everything you have ever done has led you here'?" I don't know. That's a good one. There's actually a bunch of shit that we can go. Now just skimming over the trailer, most of the stuff that was in the trailer is from episode 3. Like Arya running down the hallway, episode 3. Davos walking the battlements up on the top, that's episode 3. That's right before he lights the torch. I love how Dany was like, she was trying to call Tyrion out for saying like, we don't necessarily need you out on the lines, but underhand Sly insulted the shit out of Davos. She was like, "Pretty sure Sir Davos can manage lighting the fire himself." Like, it was funny because he's missing like half his hand. Few people don't realize that. I saw a couple people in the comment section was like, "Why haven't you talked about what Davos's role is going to be, or how many whites he's going to rack up?" I don't think he's never been much of a fighter. So, but yeah, no, he's missing half a hand. So yeah, I don't think he's going to be doing some shit, but as you can see, he's going to be more of like telling other people what to do. Who was Bran talking to? I mean, there's an off chance that scene won't happen, because I know that episode 3 is going to open up with the battle. The battle, Jesus Christ. The battle took 55 nights to film. It's going to last the entirety of the episode, so we're going to see it through the night and then into the next day. So I don't know if there's any time for any other scene. That could, I guess, potentially be later. We did have that moment with Bran and Tyrion when Bran's like, it's a long story. I don't know if I could tell you, and Tyrion's like, I think he's like some shit like we're in a castle, stuck in a castle, like I've got time, basically. We didn't get to see what happened, like what he told him, but maybe that's another scene later on in the season with Bran and Tyrion. I don't know. That's a good question. I'll try to, when I'm doing my breakdown, I'll try to put that in there. When I'm doing my episode 3 preview breakdown, it'll probably be easier for me to start piecing together all that. Let's see, another question from the chat. Sir Hunts, I think both Dany and Jon will survive. However, do you think she will accept the fact that Jon is next in line? The relationship may become even stronger. How do you think this will go? Before I watched this episode, I could 100% confidently say that Jon's gonna bow out. He doesn't want the Iron Throne. He never has. Why? He barely wanted the title of King of the North. And that's something that he grew up being associated with. He grew up thinking he was a Stark. He knew he wasn't a true Stark, but he grew up thinking he was. So taking on the title of King of the North is something way more within his reach, right? He was Lord Commander at the Wall. He served in a leadership role before. King of the North is something he could easily wrap his head around. Being the heir to the Iron Throne and then shoving 6 more kingdoms up his ass, excuse my language, I don't think that he's... judging on his past actions, I don't think that he would want that. And I think he would bow out to Daenerys. But after watching this episode, I don't really know. He didn't exactly immediately say, I don't want the Iron Throne. You know, like what I expected him to do. Instead, he was kind of like, I bowed down for you, was the kind of look he was getting. We need more time to see this. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be the first thing dealt with after the battle for Winterfell, which will take place all of episode 3. So really, we might have to wait till episode 4 to sort of see the outcome of this. Although, and I don't even know if I want to mention in this live stream, because I feel like I could go on a rant for like 20 minutes about this shit, but there's been a bunch of like little subtle hints that Daenerys' journey on Game of Thrones could be coming to an end this season. My whole thing is I'm scared that will happen, but also, where the fuck is Melisandre? I've been literally, I said that, like, where's Melisandre? Like, where in the world is Mel? Euron was able to go over to Essos and back, and Mel, I guess, you know, maybe she's going multiple places. I mean, I don't know, dude. She, I think, is going to show up at the end of episode 3. That's why we haven't seen her yet. She has to show up at the end of episode 3. When everybody's died and half dead, she's going to show up with the fiery hand, and they're going to start destroying shit. And if you're wondering what the fiery hand is, well, click on your phone and open up Google and type in fiery hand Game of Thrones and find out. No, I'm just kidding. It's basically this army of 1,000 soldiers, and this is the book description, so it's probably going to be a little bit different on the show, but they're basically these warrior priests from Volantis, for like the largest temple of R'hllor. R'hllor is the god that all of the priests, the fiery priests, worship. So that'd be Melisandre, Kinvara, you saw over in Essos, Thoros Emir. Beric almost gave a sermon. Beric is now I'm pretty sure he became a follower of R'hllor as soon as he got resurrected the first time, just like Jon Snow is, and he doesn't realize it. But basically, they're this order. It's usually 1,000, never less, never more, and they can do some special shit with fire magic, and they're probably really good at killing whites. The fact that we didn't get to see elephants makes me think that we'll get some other treat from Essos, and I'll say it however I want to, because the author said it, that how you say it is how it's pronounced. I feel like we didn't get the elephants, so we're going to get the fiery hand. That's a special treat from over there, and I feel like that's what's going on with Melisandre, and I can't even remember what the hell the question was. The relationship of Jon and Daenerys, was that it? I got lost in my thoughts. Let me try to backtrack here. Oh, yeah, so I just started talking about the foreshadowing of Daenerys dying and maybe the red... Like, so yeah, I'm afraid that she might die. But if she does die, we also have to realize that it could be a fake out because the red priestesses could show up and resurrect everybody. They told Daenerys that she was one of the chosen ones. I think Jon and Daenerys are both chosen by R'hllor. Obviously, Beric is chosen too. So R'hllor can have multiple champions since she's such a powerful deity. So if Dany does die, which I was saying there might be some foreshadowing to that, if she does die and for whatever reason isn't able to come back, then that sort of just left the road open for Jon to sort of take the Iron Throne after that. I mean, I don't know. I don't really know. I need to think more, and I need to watch more of this season before I can, like, you know, jump into that. All right, so let's hop back into the super chats. Let's see. We got one from Danny Jeter. What's up, dude? He says, "What's up, Hunts? Good to see you, bro." Well, thank you. Good to see you as well, sir. Then we got one from Mahalia M. Wright, and she says, "Mad Queens or setup?" Oh man, what do you mean Daenerys becoming a Mad Queen? I don't see that happening. Thank you for the super chat. I mean, if you are in the chat still right now, explain a little bit more. What do you mean? Do I think Daenerys is going to become a Mad Queen? I don't think so. I think she's going to really any sort of bad that she may do, she may die before that happens. Like, I don't know. I need to think this over. Thank you for that super chat. Then we got one from Stevenson Sajor, and he says, have you noticed the showrunners don't break down John's last scene with Dany? Did they do that on purpose? Your thought on it? I haven't watched the after the credit for the episode yet. I hadn't even announced this live stream yet, and I hadn't even realized that, so I had to immediately make a thumbnail from the episode following the episode. So as soon as I saw the Arya titty, I paused it, made the thumbnail, then quickly rewatched the last few minutes of the episode, and then, yeah. I don't know if there's too much into them not breaking down a scene in the after credits though. Usually the most important ones they choose to break down. So I don't know if there's something to it that they chose not to break that one down. And then I kind of did talk about my thoughts on what was going to happen with their relationship. Thanks for that super chat. And we got one from Milky Milktastic, and she says, my baby girl Arya got her stripes. I think I know what you mean there. Side titty butt crack. Yeah, yeah, she definitely did, and it was all like, definitely consensual. Thank you for that super chat. Then we got one from Portaleon S, and there's no message, just a super chat. Thank you for that. We got one from Nesbit Galan, and no message, just a super chat. Thank you. Then we got one from the Bio Explorer, and she says, I want to know what Bran told Tyrion. Me too. I think that was clearly intentionally left out. Now, I can't exactly throw up a spoiler warning right now, but I can give people that are listening 5 seconds to just mute the video and literally come back in 10 seconds because I'll say it quickly. So go ahead and mute the video right now. There's a leak that I was sent through the DMs over on Twitter. Speaking of which, make sure you go follow me at Sir_Hunts, which is linked down below in the description. Go check that out. That's my Twitter account. It was basically just regarding the fact that Bran plays a fiddle or plays a certain tune that manipulates a situation to make it look as though Tyrion was the one who was responsible for that situation. And that's the only way I can really tiptoe around it without giving away too much. So I want to look more into that person who sent me that, because that was like a 3-page one that I summarized for a video, because otherwise the video would have been like 30 fucking minutes. But yeah, I want to reread that person's stuff. I actually turned off my DMs on Twitter. I had to. The episode leaked, and some jackass normally people, which is why I stopped responding to as many comments once the show starts, because the leaks are everywhere. Like, the fucking ones where episodes come out and people watch the episode and then go say, hey, I think this, and that's going to happen, and they watch the episode. So I stopped responding to as many comments. I'll respond to like the first hour worth of comments on a video, and then I don't respond to any messages or comments on Twitter and shit, because like I said, people like to send stuff. And yeah, so that happened earlier, so I turned off my direct messages on Twitter. So if anybody's tried to send me a DM on Twitter, which normally I encourage that, I am discouraging that till about 4 more weeks. But yeah, what was I about to say? Yeah, so thank you for that super chat. And I agree, I do want to know what Bran told Tyrion. Then we got one from Alicia Smith, and she says, Ghost is back. Hell yeah! We didn't actually, and I need to rewatch it because I might be wrong, but I feel like the only shot we got of him was sort of like when we had the class of Night's Watch 2014 reunion with Dolorous Ed and fucking Sam and John up on the wall. We just see Ghost in the background. I guess that's all they could afford for the budget for this episode. I'm pretty sure we're going to see a large direwolf pack in action in episode 3. So not to worry. We're not going to only get a Dance of Dragons style battle, but we're also going to get a massive direwolf pack running through. And I not only have leaks said this, but if you look in the trailer and you freeze frame it, like what I do when I'm breaking down a video is I'll let 1 second play and then pause it and then see what I catch. Let one more second play and then pause it and see what I catch. And when you do that, you can see a very clear clip of direwolves running by like full fucking speed, 100 footsteps. There's only 2 direwolves, Ghost and Nymeria, and the other ones are just regular wolves. I always just lump them all together. They're all direwolves to me. But yeah, you can see that in the trailer. That is yet to happen this episode. There's a bunch of stuff from the trailer that I actually need to go rewatch that trailer because I know there's a bunch of shit that is just straight up from episode 3. Now that we've had 2 episodes. See, we've been running for about 34 minutes, so I figure we'll go for a few more minutes here. I really want to start working on that breakdown. Plus, I'm starving. Let's see, jumping back into the chat for some more questions. Let's see, we got one from Bilal Carrick, and he says, do you think Jon will ride a dragon next episode? He already did, episode 1. I mean, is he gonna do it again during the Battle of Winterfell? Hell fucking yes. I mean, that'll be the one time that he needs to do it. That's the only reason why they showed him doing it in episode 1. So when he hops on Rhaegal and roasts the Night King, that's another thing we gotta pay attention to. Bran says no one's ever tried. So this means not only is this whole show been a giant Matrix type of situation with Neo being the one and going up against the machine many times before, but also they've never gotten quite this far. We're having everyone united to the point where Targaryens are there with fucking dragons. Rhaegar knew about this shit. This is why he decided to name 2 of his children Aegon. He knew that okay, so the prince who was promised was a prophecy that was told to, I can't even think of the fucker's name, but basically the prince who was promised would come from the line of Rhaegar and Daenerys. Their immediate grandparents, because Rhaegar and Daenerys are brother and sister. This is Daenerys, Jon Snow's fucking, Rhaegar, Jon Snow's father. Their grandparents were told that maybe it was their great-grandparents. There's a prophecy. Was Aerys told it when he was a kid? Fuck, I don't even know. I think it was Aerys' dad. But he was told a prophecy that the person who would rule everything, the prince who was promised, would come through the line of them. And it's clearly Jon Snow and Daenerys together. It's 2 of them. But it makes you wonder if this is why Rhaegar wanted to sleep with Lyanna. Not only was he enthralled by how pretty she was, but he knew that he would have to unite himself, which is fire, and then Lyanna, a daughter of ice, together to make Jon Snow. It makes you wonder if he didn't find a book somewhere, because this has happened so many times, like Bran says. You know, him being a Prince of Dragonstone allows him a lot more privileges than other people like Sam. Sam goes to the Citadel and he's immediately told he can't go in this one section. Rhaegar was a Prince of Dragonstone for a long time. As a child, he wasn't a fucking warrior like all his kin. He was a bookworm. He was a poet. He loved like reading about, all types of shit. And then one day he reads a book that he will have to become a knight or some shit, and then that's when he decides to pick up a sword and start learning how to swing it. So Rhaegar might have discovered something, and I know we won't get to see nothing on the show, but I hope we get to see something in maybe Winds of Winter, or maybe the prequel series. I don't know. Will they do callbacks? Maybe there'll be a book, and we'll be like, oh, Rhaegar must have read that book. But since it's happened so many times, just like The Matrix, I wonder if Rhaegar didn't know that it was going to happen again very soon, and that he had to fuck Lyanna to make Jon Snow, so that Jon Snow would be able to lead. Oh man, there's so many. This episode was fire, dude. This episode was fire. Oh man. Just skimming the chat. I was gonna take one more question from the chat. Okay, this one says, am I the only one, this is from Izzy Farrell, and he or she says, am I the only one who thinks that Sansa was giving Theon some serious looks at the end there? Like some heat eyes? No, definitely. I noticed that when she told him to leave, like when he was worried about what would happen with Jon, and she was like, leave. I mean, it's possible. I think the safe thing about their relationship is Sansa was obviously raped. Theon is incapable of doing that. So I think Sansa would be, if anybody open to have a relationship with anyone, it would probably be Theon, just for the fact that Theon could never do something like that to hurt her. So But yeah, no, so you're definitely not the only one. I mean, I can say myself I saw that. I got that vibe too. And then jumping back to the super chats, we got one from Yojitsu, and he says, Ghost better rip a White's head off, and oh my god, the side titty. Yeah. Oh, that would be so disappointing if that was a body double. Oh man, I wish we could just call Maisie up and ask her and be like, hey, was that your titty and your butt crack, girl? Yes, I agree. I think all the direwolves are going to wreck some shit. Bran is going to be... He's got to use his powers one last time. Instead of just delivering all this information, I want to see him warg Nymeria or Ghost or just... I don't know. I want their fates to all be sort of intertwined, protecting the members of House Stark. Here's the real question. Now that he came back after we haven't seen him for a while, will he get Game of Thrones? Will he get killed off? Like, immediately somewhere, off in the corner or some shit. Who knows? It's totally possible. So it's like, yeah, we want Ghost to be back, but do we really want him back? Maybe the safest place is probably north of the wall right now. Then we got another one from Tom A, and he says, thank you for the super chat, and he says, does Dany get Daario, Naharis, and Meereen? I could see this happening to counter the Golden Company. Yara could go and pick them up. I don't think so. There's no time for that. I thought for a while that Daario would be on one of the ships as a captive, but that didn't happen at all in Season 7. At this point, 4 episodes left. Wait. 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, because we haven't seen the third one yet. I was about to freak out. I thought there was only 3 left. I was like, fuck, did I skip a week in time? 4 episodes left? No way. I can't see him coming back at this point. Thank you for that super chat. We got one from Jesse Fernandez, and he or she says, how do you feel about Daenerys' character developing into her father's... Will Daenerys become the Mad Queen? She's slowly starting to feel insecure and betrayed from everyone. I don't think so. To be honest, if you want a unbiased answer about Daenerys, you got to ask another YouTuber, because I'm always going to see the rightful way of how Daenerys is meant to be interpreted. I don't think so. The chances of her becoming her father, I think she would get killed before that happened. All of her reactions have been completely appropriate. People fail to realize that she never got to process losing... this isn't the first child that she lost, Viserion. She lost her actual child, too, after being raped repeatedly. And then, developing Stockholm Syndrome for this dude. Her situation has been insane. Every single action that she's taken in Season 7, I 100% can get fucking jiggy with, because it makes sense for someone that's been through her situation to do the things that she does. Just like on first viewing, or on second viewing after I've seen it, Sansa's reaction is appropriate for what she's been through. Every single character's reaction is appropriate. If you've been paying attention, if you've watched the show enough times, and then you really start to kind of feel, like, put yourselves in the shoes of that character, then you'll see that their actions are pretty much on fucking par. What you would expect someone who's been through that. The one person who's acting out of character, in my opinion, is Arya. I mean, I'm not complaining, but I'm just saying, like, she was slicing faces off not that long ago. She's now hooking up with stable boys, or, blacksmiths, whatever. Like, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I think she's 100% confident. Thank you for that super chat, but I think she's 100% right in what she's doing. I'm going to take a few more questions from the chat, and then I'm going to get out of here. We've been streaming for 43 minutes. All right. This is from High Lord Toast, and he says, can we assume that the battle for Winterfell will be lost, seeing as how Melisandre hasn't shown up yet? I think Melisandre is going to literally Deus Ex Machina everything, and everybody's going to be like, dude, you don't even know what that means. You don't know how to use that word in a sentence. I don't give a shit. Basically, what it means is that someone's going to come out of nowhere and save the fucking day. It's a word, or it's a phrase from, like, the old Greek plays where they would, like, there were so many Greek tragedies or some shit, the gods would always intervene and turn the tables in the hero's favor. Whatever. That's what the fuck it means, and that's what Melisandre's probably going to do. It's the same thing Daenerys did with Jon north of the wall. Winterfell will 100% fall in this battle. That you saw the outline, or the little map that they kept going to. the dead have outnumbered them like literally 1,000 to 1, right? So Daenerys has a massive army there. The Knights of the Vale are there. Whatever wildlings are left and all the houses that actually followed through and stayed with Jon are there. But all of that is really minuscule to how big the massive army of the dead is. The good thing is that the dead people, the dead whites, are just stupid. You could throw dragon glass at them at a high speed and kill them. You know what I mean? It's not hard to take them out. But Winterfell will fall in episode 3. Winterfell is the last place that winter fell. The long night was stopped. That's why Winterfell is supposedly named Winterfell. Is the last long night that happened was prevented at Winterfell, right? So this was the last place winter fell. This time, winter's not going to fall. I'm pretty sure they're going to be successful. I think the Night King is, and it's pretty obvious. The Night King's going to make it down to King's Landing. He's going to make it down to King's Landing. I don't know if he's going to have his whole army with him. Maybe he goes to King's Landing to replenish his ranks, but he's going to make it to King's Landing. We'll take one more question. This is a good one. This is from Beard Plays, and I'm going to assume it's a dude, Beard, right? Grey Worm, first death. I'm going to say this for my video, but yes, Grey Worm, along with Brienne, Jaime, Jorah, motherfucking Sansa, Pod, all of them could be in that. Unless you're Jon, Daenerys, Arya, or the fucking Night King, you're probably going to die. Like, you have a chance of dying that episode. Is Grey Worm one of them? Yeah, for sure. I actually did a plot leak a few weeks ago in episode 3. I guess, spoiler warning, click away right now if you don't want to know nothing. Gendry. Grey Worm was the first person who died, and there was a comment that said, "Oh, black dude, first person that dies, sounds legit," and I didn't even think about that. But yeah, wouldn't that be some shit if he was the first person that died, being like one of the only black people on the show? He's not even all the way black. I'm pretty sure he's mixed. But yeah, nah. All right. Damn. 1,700 people. I feel like a jackass for ending my stream right now, but I have to. I got to get started on this video. And really, this is about the same time that I did it last week. So yeah, if you could please slap a like on this video. The like goal is going to be a 1,420. Also, if you could please make sure to subscribe and then have your notifications turned on so that way you get alerted every single time I drop a video throughout this long night. And I keep saying the long night is over, but in 4 more weeks, the long night will begin again for the successor series. So we're going to have to wait who knows how long for that show to come out. So the long night will be starting up very soon. Make sure you're subbed and make sure you have notifications turned on, because I can guarantee you, just like I did for this whole 2-year stretch, I will continue to upload Game of Thrones content. That's a fucking promise. Also, super special shout out to every single member of my Patreon family over on patreon.com/SirHuntsReviews. I want to thank you all again so much for watching. My name's Mark, and this has been Sir Hunts Reviews. Oh, wait, shit. I didn't even have it ready to end the exploit yet. Damn. My name's Mark, and this has been Sir Hunts Reviews.